Welcome in. Just Shander today. Lindy is out, but you know what? We still have a ton of top picks. We have a great guest who's going to join us. We have a lot of things happening here. We're back on Tuesday following Memorial Day. So don't worry, don't sweat it. All right. We got a ton of free picks, free plays to get to coming up in a second here. But just to let you know, Lindy is out at Eric Lingus. We're still broadcasting. We're still using, by the way, his Twitter account. Absolutely. We're also on the OddsShopper YouTube page. So if you're following along, hit that thumbs up button. Let's get to it. All right, so we've got a couple of free plays that are popping already. We did okay yesterday. You know, we're running our top 3 free plays, whatever we can find. And mostly are solo here. Hurricanes, it's pretty hard to ignore this from the daily free plays action, right? You've got Carolina. This has since moved a little bit. It was earlier down to I think a minus 120, but understandably so. This has been bet up, and you've got a squad at home, and we've seen the last time this has happened, at least in the playoffs for them. They've bounced back. They've responded here. They're at home, right? Panthers coming in, still chest out a little bit, did what they had to in game 1, which was steal it. And now it's eking up a little bit. Now, I love it. We're going to open this thing up from daily free plays with the Hurricanes. And you can see there, experienced consultant, 10 years plus in the game. Can jump in. We like to highlight who we're taking free plays from as well. It's not just the free play, it's the capper as well. So you'll see on YouTube right here, if you're watching along, that you can catch all of the comments and everything below, but also there's a link for free picks. So you can constantly check this out and generate what you can. Free picks are always refreshing every day. That's what we'll see here right at the top. Get back up there. These are all expired from earlier. It's weird. I don't know why it dropped me all the way to the bottom, but all right. So Gambling God's already getting active. We know that. Posting his videos, home run collabs. There's more there right there to it. Bow betting, Chet Holmgren over 8.5 rebounds. I don't hate it. I want to look around and see if there's anything else or anything that's also Chet related, right? Like that's what I need. I think more than anything, I need something Chet related here because without it, it's going to be an issue. All right. So let's see here. The other part of this is also where I can get this popping. All right. So we're going to have an issue on this show. I know it because Narco's going to get on here. It's going to be a problem. All right. Let's keep it moving here. Crack. Anthony Edwards over 23.5 points. Now that I'm interested in, right? Like by all means, I'm interested in this. I think we have an opportunity at the very least, we have an opportunity to make something happen. 23.5 points. Is that it? Really? Has this thing dropped that significantly? Remember, right, where we were ahead of time, this thing was at 26. 26. I think it opened at 27.5. And now we're there with crack at over 23.5. At some point, there's bounce back, right? That's what it's going to be. This is the problem of being here solo, is that I have a technical issue. I can't solve it, right? Because it's just me. And I can't wait for the guest to come on because the guest is going to be impacted by the technical issue. And of course, I hit Narco up like, yo, come on. 24 plus from the crack man. We're in. Nas Reed under 1.5 threes plus 138. Love Bow in the house here. One of our stronger cappers by all means, especially when we're looking at the NBA. But listen to that fading. Interesting. Right? Like massive fade job right there. Oh, man. Like this is going to be an issue. So the problem that I'm having, of course, is where we can look at this. For some reason, my speaker is out. So I'm cooked. I was wondering why I couldn't hear anything. I was wondering why it was basically just like nothing I was able to hear on the back end. So we're going to have to run this the old-fashioned way. In fact, that's exactly what we're going to do. I'm going to run this. So you think I'm giving up on this show? You think I'm giving up on this program? Absolutely not. See if I can make this happen on real time. But the reason why I don't want to fade by any means, fade Nas Reed, is because I don't even think we're getting that great of a number on the flip side of it. We're going to have to make this thing work on the fly. This is great. This is great. Our third show. Oh, and I'm lagging too. Thanks, StreamYard. Been through 6 separate Google Meet calls today and not a single lag. And yet all of a sudden on StreamYard, there's a lag. It's amazing how that works, isn't it? We're going to keep this thing moving with Nas Reed because Jalen Williams under 20.5 points. Here we go. Machado, that's already in the books. Phillies under 11. We need one more here, and then we're going to move to the WNBA in a second. Maybe NHL. We'll see what we have. A lot of this, though, is going to be expired, right? Not a ton of free action today. What's going on with y'all, man? Shame on y'all out there. Keep pushing this. Free tab. It's amazing what you're going to get here. We may have to go back here to the top. See if we missed anything. See if anything new popped in. You know, Gambling God's active. NHL right there at the top. Let's see. Okay, we'll just refresh. So it'll be a quick refresh. If you're watching on YouTube, again, you can hit that thumbs up button. That would be fantastic. I know no Lindy here. It's a massive disappointment, right? All right. Nothing new on the free pick side. Oh, here we go. I do like the Gobert. I mean, look, he's going to be out there. Well, under 7.5, over 7.5. Something went wrong there. Minnesota Wolves over 216.5. That's not a bad one from Sean Evans. So we might be able to do that. You know, we absolutely might be able to do that. So I think that's going to be the run here, is make that work. Otherwise, pretty much at our limit for free plays. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. Once Narco comes on, I'm going to have to switch. This is going to be crazy. It's going to be all in one, too. Like, you're going to look at this thing like it's going to be as seamless as possible. But we're going to make this thing work. So until then, as we always do, we're going to head on over to Portfolio EV, run a quick parlay. I'm not going to do anything. Just make it work for you. Lindy and I will be back in full force coming up on Tuesday, 3 o'clock Eastern. We've got some more guests. Zay the Goat's actually going to join us on Tuesday. And Narco's going to join us coming up in about 7 or 8. All right, so you're looking at right now my portfolio, right? Can bounce around, do different things. It's telling you, it's walking you through things. It's great. Generate parlays, all these different things. You can see here as far as the WNBA, things are popping. So you've got a boost, let's say, on FanDuel, right? You've got a boost, let's say, over at DraftKings, wherever it may be. I'm just going to run 3 legs for you. I know FanDuel was cracking a lot today. So let's just do that. Okay? Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. We got you. We got you. Appreciate you all being in here for sure. What we're going to do is we're just going to choose the WNBA, a league that I'm not here to break down, right? Make sure that every single market is available to us. Same game parlays are open to us. And we're just going to take the top 3. Bang. We're just going to add. If you have the app, you could do it there at home, plus 590. Okay, Atlanta, you got a couple of different games, it looks like, with the same game parlay on the back one. Okay, last one. By the way, what was that last free play? We jammed that one in there too. I think it was the over in the game, NBA, 216.5. Okay. So we're locked in there. Now here, it's just simple. We just to use the tool, it's going to take 2 minutes. And we're going to make this thing work for us. We didn't do anything. We just went right. If you notice that, right? And you should, mind you, you should have something popping here, right? Like you should have a WNBA boost on one, or if not both of these games. So I don't want to hear anything. Alicia Gray under 2.5 threes. I think it's a 30% profit boost or something like that, right? Then you move to the next game, the Chicago, New York game. We'll go to points first because that's usually the first one there. And it's Ariel Atkins. She's right there at the bottom or near it, under 11.5. And then we stay and go to dimes, and that's Sabrina Ionescu. Look, got no analysis on this, nothing along the lines. Just tell you that I can drop a half unit. Let's roll. We're in. All right. Let's go back to tails here. Run what we can. Man, this is going to be a tough one here. The biggest thing that I'm going to run into, of course, is what happens when Narco rolls in. Oh, there's Eric, by the way. So Lindy is out, right? These are a couple of things that we had earlier from today. Free expert picks, as you see. I knew it. We'd get something else popping in here. MVP. Nice little, was that underdog? See, you know I'm an amateur when I can't play it as far as like recognize it, even though we are playing and winning. That's a pretty strong ticket right there. I mean, this is fantastic. Yeah, the thing about Schwarber is that he's just an auto walk at this point, right? You also have, let me run this up a little bit so you can see our guy, MV props. Always love to highlight what we can, Miley Virus. But I think looking at this here from the ticket itself, this is great. No, we got you, man. You can bet on a lot. Taz, you can do, if it's Fliff, if it's Onyx, Profit X, No Vig, there are a lot of opportunities. In fact, if you want to sign up, like we can get you over there on Portfolio EV as well. But there are a lot of opportunities that you have from a betting market that you can take advantage of when it does come to living in a state, California, Texas, Florida. You're good to go. By all means, you're good to go. All right, so we're locked in there. We got a couple of plays, but I think this game is very intriguing. It's just underway right now. In fact, there might be an opportunity. Let's see. We're on YouTube, so we can't get crazy here, right? Like we can't just run and put the game up like we are on Twitter or X, what have you. But I am kind of curious to see, where we are. This game is just underway, and the beauty of it is that the bats are going to start cooking. It's just a matter of time. We're midway through the first. The Phillies didn't do anything. 1, 2, 3. So how sustainable is that? So this ticket's already locked in. But there's some live opportunities here. You're talking about an 8-1 baseball team. My God. An 8-1 baseball team. You got it. Thanks for being here, Miley. This is a great ticket. We'll just run the gambit here as we talk through it on the free picks. But this team is so bad. There's going to be a live opportunity to jump in. You do have a profit boost. There's a live boost over on DraftKings, I know, at the very least. Maybe it's a parlay boost. Let's take advantage of it. Right? Let's do it right here. Yeah, it's a 20% MLB parlay boost. But then if you look down, you've got a live 20% MLB parlay boost. And here it's a 20% profit boost for parlay, same game X or same games, minimum odds per leg of minus 250. Live baseball. Let's see if we can get 2 legs in here. Right? Let's see if we can get 2 legs in here. Let's see what the Phillies on the money line look like at minus 238. Well, it has to be minus 250. So we jumped in. And I love Miley's shout there as far as the walk is concerned for Kyle Schwarber. So we're able to just see. Now, we can't same game parlay the walk. That's a shame. That is a shame. We can do total bases. We can do hits. Schwarber hit. I mean, well, let's just do hits themselves. We don't necessarily need the over-under. Schwarber, 1 hit is minus 330. That's not going to work. We need a guy that's 1 hit within that minus 250 range. And then we're golden. See how easy this is? Yeah, you absolutely have to do, Yudi. And we're going to get to you real quick. I'm trying to build this sucker if I can. Total bases. That's a trap and a half. Hits, runs, RBI. Of course, you can't same game parlay that either. Not really going to rush to, we got to hurry up. The money line's now down to minus 245. It's RBI. All right, we can do RBI. I think an RBI for Schwarber, that's fine. Minus 115, that's plus 136. Of course, we got something suspended. Schwarber, minus 245 here. The RBI has been suspended. No, it's back up. Okay. So we're at, there we go. We're at plus 136. We just moved this to plus, it just dropped. It's dropping, it's dropping, it's dropping. It was at plus 148. It's now down to plus 130. Oh, and I can't even use the parlay boost because somebody ruined the party for the rest of us. I'm assuming it's the Phillies money line. That's fine. We're going to go back to the game line here. Yeah, we'll just lay the 2.5. The Rockies are atrocious. All right, now we're at 230. I'm going to jump in. I'm in. I'm waiting for it to load. Waiting. All right. Again, there's a suspended pick. How could this be suspended? How could Kyle Schwarber RBI be suspended when we're live in the bottom of the first? What do they know that they refuse to let me get here? Come on. One RBI. That's it. Plus 168. Now I'm down to plus 204. All right. 204. That's fine. I'll still take it. Come on. Let me get in this bastard. Minus 2.5 on the run line. Plus 1 for Schwarber. We jumped in here. We don't need to do anything except odds and place it. All right, I'm in. Finally, I'm in. It's plus 199. Do you see that? Do you see how much they squeezed the hell out of us on that live play, even though we used the 20% boost? We were sitting at plus 248 and all the way down to plus 199. We had no choice. No choice whatsoever. Wolves money line. Bold. Yeah, you have to, I think, right? Although I'll say this, there are a couple of ways around it. I think the easiest way around it is knowing that you can ask for something that's a little bit off, meaning, right? But Dara, love to see it. So if you're looking at ProfitX, for example, right? And you've got this on ProfitX where it's $1,000 of liquidity at minus 110, and you got absolutely nothing coming in there for like plus 105. Since it's so close, or even money, I wouldn't worry about the lack of liquidity. I would push it. Worst case is you don't get it matched. Best case is in a market that has a ton of liquidity at minus 110, you were able to scheme just around it at even money. That's what I'm looking at. Yeah, we're running through. I mean, look at this. Last night we had a pretty good stretch by all means. We just ran that through as far as the live Phillies game here. We'll keep an eye on this one. Problem, though, is I was having, of course, is that my sound system is down. So I'm going to have to work this thing out. This is going to be magnificent. Watch this thing, man. All right, we're going to go in and out like you never even saw me. Quick, but we got it done. All right, we got it done. And now I can still share screens and see everything up there. Sorry, I don't know what the hell happened. There you go. Keep popping it in by all means. So before Narco gets here, one more thing I want to look at, and then we're going to go to a plus money play. Lindy never got back on his plus money play either. So that is a shame. But one other thing I wanted to look at here, right? There's Narco going to join us coming up. Free play here was in the NBA. Here we go. Astros, Gambling Gods Thursday prop. Nas Reed, PRA. Rob over there at Lay the House, another one too. I just reset that, so let's see if I can get back to that sucker. That's unfortunate. That's my fault, folks. That's my fault. Free plays, free links, everything here for you, and I just screwed it up. CDR betting, we just saw that there, under 28.5 first quarter team total. All right, love it. So that's a plus money play. You're in the chat right now. Let us know your thoughts on why you went there. I wanted to go back to this play early in the morning before we get to Narco and see this thing, because again, this is why I kind of balked a little bit on the bow side with Nas going under. is you have a guy right now, and this is it from Lay the House. You have a guy right now, Naz Reid. I mean, he went 1-11 last game, 1-4-11, pardon me, last game. What's the likelihood? What's the reality that this is the same exact scenario, that this happens again? It's not. It's not going to happen. So you're going to get volume. You're going to get opportunity. You're going to get a chance here, right, in which you're going to get spacing that Reed's going to take advantage of, for sure, for sure. Oh, it's already down to minus 130. Look at that. Woo. Unbelievable in that regard. All right, so we're working here. We got a couple of things popping. We'll build the parlay with Narco when he gets here. I'm going to give you what I have at the very least as far as my plus money play. I was waiting for Lindy to get back to me, and let's see if he does. There's nothing better on a live show than texting the guy who's not here and say, hey, do you have your play yet? I mean, what's going on here? So until we hear back, of course, I'm looking at one thing, and that's Naz Reid for me. So Lay the House has it. He's nailed it. We were 0 for 0 yesterday, 0 for 2 technically yesterday. So we're each down a half unit. Lindy's down a half unit. I'm down a half unit. Let's win it back, okay? We put a half unit on each one of these. It just has to be plus money. That's it. That's all it has to be, is plus money. Appreciate that, S. Dot. So for me, I'm going back to the Nas. I might go Kason Wallace. I mean, you never know how crazy it gets. But the Thunder, right? Like, you look at this game, and they're coming off the blowout, the convincing win, if you will. And I don't think that they're in a spot where, even if they come up short, even if this is a slow first half, I don't think this is a spot by any means where they let up, right? Where it's just like Minnesota comes in and steals one. Minnesota might play this close, but I don't think that they come in and they steal one. Now, with that said, this still leaves the door open to the fact that they very well could come in and steal one. They absolutely could. But I'm looking at it more so like they play this thing close, Oklahoma City pulls away, or Oklahoma City starts to pull away in this. Maybe it's first half and Minnesota climbs back. But I think the spread is pretty good at 7.5. Like, I jumped on 7 knowing it was going to move at 7.5. But my plus money play is pretty simple. Naz Reid, 3+3s at plus 215. All right? At 215. I think looking at just Naz Reid's volume, shot productivity, and everything else you're going to get, assuming that he doesn't come out and miss everything, that's where I'd begin. Okay? Bang, we're in. Lou Dort threes. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's not bad, right? Oh, man. Well, look, I mean, I can't tell you as far as margins and what you're throwing down here, but I think the analysis as far as weight, see what they are at home. Yeah, I mean, OKC at home is really tough to fade. Could be first half, anything else, what have you. It's just a really tough bag to fade. All right. It's going to run through one more time what we have there at the top. Zach McKinstry over 1.5 total bases. Home run there for Alec Boehm. Let's see if we got anything on that one. And then also remember, we're rolling here with the Phillies minus 2.5. And we added an RBI for Kyle Schwarber. That was our live sweat that we jumped in right on the show, that we used our live actual, right, profit boost. I think it was a 20% profit boost right here. So one more time, all right? There's a link to follow in for Lindy and Friends. You've got the link to the free picks page where you can subscribe to anyone and everyone that you see. We're not going to do the typical stuff that we normally do at the end. I gave you my plus money play. I'm going to add it to Lindy's. Maybe I'll just tweet it, right? Tweet this brutal broadcast where I can't even hear the guest and we had to switch over and all these other things. Maybe I should just hide it right now. Joey B, love to see you, brother. But the point being, of course, is that, yeah, I mean, this is a really good one here from CDR. The point being, of course, is that we'll add my play with Nas Reed, and I think Lindy's actually on Bryce Harper again, to be honest. So I'm going to do that. Maybe I'll just do that. Maybe I'll just add. No, Bryce Harper's playing already. So let's see. Knowing Eric Lindquist, I think he would jump on a player prop for somebody like Smith Shawver. All right, Smith Shawver, let's do 5Ks. That's minus 145. And then let's do mine here, and then we're out of here. All right. I know the worst part about Lindquist being off right now is that we didn't get to use Schwarber. Come on. Come on. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. Don't mess with me. Don't mess with me. Ryan McMahon's up. Come on. Oh, he already hit one? He already got a hit. I know that's for sure. So look, as soon as I can get in here, we're going to make this thing happen. Nas Reed is going to be the other one. 5 plus, no, not 5 plus, 3 plus. That's our plus money plays right there. All right. Well, Schwarber 5 plus is actually not plus money. I'll make it work. It's going to be 6 plus there. I apologize. We'll see you all on Tuesday. Have a great Memorial Day. Appreciate you all being here, even on a short, slow. Oh, I meant a suggestion. Sorry. I had to look at that thing. I was like, whoa. What is going on right now? Yeah, Manny's up. Let's go. All right. Appreciate you all big time. We will see you Tuesday, 3 o'clock Eastern.